Good morning, folks. Josh Eppes here, freedom fighter and creator with Broke is No Joke Enterprises, the movement towards true freedom. And basically what we do is we share the truth about all those things you're not supposed to know. So we're right in the middle of our installment of a series of articles on corporate America. And I'm not going to disappoint today. We're going to do some little more corporate America digging because this stuff is really important. It's really, really personal for me because I was in corporate America for 20 years. By the way, I grew up as a soldier. I don't know if a lot of you guys know that. I grew up as a good soldier, right? Go to school, Josh, get good grades, put in your safe, secure job, get your degrees, put into your 401k, and then that's the secret to life. It's all going to work out. And that's exactly what I did. I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm going to do it. I'm towing the line. I'm going to do everything I'm told to do. And then one day, everything I thought was right wasn't so right. I realized I wasn't free. I wasn't as wealthy as I wanted to be. And I certainly wasn't as happy as I could have been. So I escaped, right? And here's the thing. I'm not going to spend this entire time bashing corporate America or telling you all the bad stuff. Today, we're actually going to talk about the journey out of corporate America. The journey that you're going to have to take to get out. Because we've already talked about the 9 things corporate America won't tell you. That was in one of our previous articles. Go ahead and look that up. By the way, all these other articles, all these other tools, and all this great free content I'm offering is all on our website, which is brokeisnojoke.org. Or you can email me, josh@brokeisnojoke.org, and ask some questions. So we've already talked about the 9 things corporate America doesn't want you to know. And we've also, last week, we talked about how corporate America is very, very similar to a pyramid scheme, right? Some of the commonalities. But today we're going to talk about the journey out. So look, if you're in corporate America and you love what you do, and it's working out for you and it's going to get you where you want to go, God bless you. Keep going. Go at it. Have fun. But if not, there is a way out. I want to promise you that. And a big part of that, by the way, if you want to check out ratraceescape.org, you're going to find out a lot of interesting information about how to get out. But I want to cover some just basic things of the journey to get out of corporate America. Because when the first wake-up call, we'll talk about this. So the first step is actually to get a wake-up call. That is actually the first step in anything. We have to know that something's not working. So what is a wake-up call? Let me give you an example. Maybe you lose a job. Maybe you end up having to start your career over at 52 years old, which who the heck wants to do that? Because your safe, secure job is no longer safe and secure. Maybe it's affecting your home life. Maybe there's stress that you're bringing home from work that's cratering your relationship with your family. For me, my wake-up call was my 401k. That was kind of the initial straw. One day I found out through mathematics, by the way, that my 401k was never going to retire me. Never. Like after 18 years of max funding it, I don't know if you guys know, max funding at that time was $1,500 per month. I'm stuffing into this thing. I'm like, all right, this is my retirement plan. Everyone's telling me to do this. This is going to work. I believed in it. It was like a religion to me. I was faithful. I was faithful to my 401k religion. And I max funded that stupid thing. And then one day someone says, hey, do the math. So all right. So I did the math on it and found out mathematically it was impossible to retire on. That it was never going to happen. So that was my wake-up call. So the question is, what is your wake-up call? Have you had some wake-up calls? Because here's the thing. After a while of getting these wake-up calls, we start to get numb to it. I mean, how many times does life have to slap us around before we wake up? Before wait a minute, this isn't working. So that's the first step. We got to get some sort of wake-up call, some shock to the system, something that rattles our cage and slaps us around. The next thing that's going to happen is we need to realize that we can't win. Yes, we realize we can't win. This system that we're in is not designed for us to win. They say you can either, they say no one gets wealthy working for someone else. But what they're really saying is you could spend the next 30 to 50 years building someone else's dream and someone else's company, or you could spend it building your own. That's kind of our choice. So when you look at the system of corporate America and the typical structure, the average person is not going to win. And that's by design. You're not supposed to win. And this is, by the way, this is not a judgment on corporate America. This is a description. Okay, this is the description. So here's what happened to me. Once I found out my 401k wasn't going to retire me, then I found out it was never supposed to. It never even started as a retirement plan. The guy who founded it has come out and says, I'm so sorry. He apologized to the world. Ted Benna, he apologizes to the world because he's a man of faith and a good person. And he's like, I'm so sorry about what this has become. It's better at enriching the financial industry than it is the actual savers. This is the father of the 401k saying this. So when you actually look at the structure and look how it was put together, it's a savings plan, but it's not a retirement plan. And we're not going to go into the details on that, but email me and I'll be happy to share that with you. So after we get our wake-up call, then we realize it's not going to work, right? We can't win. We're not going to get paid what we're worth in corporate America. Then the next step, we have to commit to self-development. We have to commit to personal development. We have to become the person worthy of success. And that's a tough one for people because here's the key principle, the key natural principle behind this. You will never out-earn your self-esteem. You will never earn more than you feel you're worth. Now, listen to that very carefully. I didn't say you'll never out-earn what you're worth. You'll never out-earn what you feel you're worth. So we have to become the person worthy of success in our own eyes, which means we have to develop ourselves. We have to become that person who's ready to go out and take advantage of everything this country and nature and God and everything has to offer and really, really max stuff out. But we got to get better, right? If no one's going to hand it to us, success is not going to fall in our lap. Remember, we tried that. That's called corporate America. We thought success was going to fall in our lap. We thought the harder we work, the more we make. That's not the case. We all know that. So we have to commit to self-development, right? So that's how success. Then the last thing is we take action, right? We have to take action. Actually, no, second to last thing. The last thing is take action, but right before that, we have to find our own cheese. So once we're personally developed, once we know that we're ready to really take that next step, we feel confident, we have conviction in what we're doing, we have to find our own cheese. Because there's no cheese in corporate America. In that rat race maze, there's no cheese at the end. They tell you there is, but if there is anything, it's rotten and it's leftovers. So we have to find our own cheese. So when you leave, or if you were to leave corporate America, what are you going to do? You can't just go out and like, okay, all right, world, I'm ready. Let's see what happens. No. Let's see what happens is a recipe for failure. Because here's the key. When you leave the cage, when you leave corporate America, you're going to have a choice. You're going to have a choice to either succeed or to fail. You're not guaranteed success. Please understand, I am not saying leaving corporate America is going to guarantee you success. What it will do is it'll put success or failure in your own hands, right? So you've already personally developed yourself and you're continuing on that journey. Now, where are you going to focus your efforts? How do you monetize your passions? How do you find your purpose and follow that? Right? So this is a question, find your own cheese so that you know where you're going. It's one thing to leave someplace, but you better have a destination. Because if you don't know where you're going, every road will take you nowhere. Now we get to the last one, which is take action. And this is an important one because all this planning, all this stuff that we're doing is great, but we haven't done anything yet. Now we actually have to put the plan in place. Now we have to jump, right? We have to jump. And here's the cool part. You don't have to quit your job. I'm not telling you to quit your job, quit your career, quit your school. I'm not suggesting that. What I'm saying is maybe start building something on the side for yourself while you're working your job and transition out of that. So I'm not saying jump all in, like risk your family, risk your health, risk everything. But I'm saying why not spend some of that time instead of watching TV or social media or Parcheesi on Thursday nights, start putting some time towards your own cheese, right? Start putting some time towards a side gig or side business, something you love that'll pay you what you're worth, and transition out of that. But you do have to take action. And I always talk about two types of action. Immediate action, get started right away, something small, and then massive action. Make sure you're doing every little bit over time, right? You do a little bit each day over time, that's massive action cumulatively. So hopefully this is actually making sense to everyone. I really want to know what you think about this. I want to know if you agree with me on corporate America. You know, maybe you're just one of those, I just love your job, all that good stuff. That's fine. Keep doing it. I hope it works out. But if you're not, at least now you have some idea of the process. Now, I don't want you to be surprised as you leave corporate America, or try to, that you start seeing these stages, because these stages are important stages. And I'm actually go through these in much more detail at retraceescape.org, so check that out. Go ahead and email me. I want to know if you disagree with me or if you agree with me. I want to know, maybe you have a story, right? By the way, I can't answer all emails right away. I do get quite a few, so it might take me a few days, so forgive me. But please let me know what you think. Like, hit any button down below this thing, like our YouTube channel, like this post, all that good stuff, and make sure you follow us, because as you follow us, I want to follow your success too. So as I always say, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. God bless you all. And I'm going to meet you at the top, because the bottom is just still way, way too crowded.